Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm the Gentleman. This is the Gentleman's Pixel Club, and welcome to another video. Today we are playing a different game to what I planned. This game is Rock and Roll Racing that we are playing. I was going to be playing Super RC Pro-Am. The difference in the game was I was looking for the original game that I've just mentioned for the Game Boy, and I came across this for the Gameboy Advance. And I thought, yeah, let's fire this up. Let's see what we have here. Let's see what kind of game it is. And at the moment, you're seeing my second playthrough of this. The first playthrough was on Novice. It was way too easy. So we're now playing on Veteran and doing the character select screen here. Many characters you can pick from. I'm picking Jake because he's got nice blue hair. And this screen here, you pick your starter car. Notice that you can only buy the middle one and the right hand one. You don't have enough money for the one on the left. But I can change the colour to blue to match Jake's hair, and we're going to pick that. We're saving over the data because this is the Game Boy Advance recreated on MiSTer FPGA, and I'm playing on this huge TV, and it does support save states, and this is why this MiSTer FPGA is so good. We're going through the select screen at the moment to pick items for our car. You can have armour, you can have weapons, you can have all kinds of other things, just the standard stuff. We are picking none of those because I don't think we'll need them. This screen here allows us to move to the next league. Effectively, the game starts off where you've got 8 races and you've got to score enough points in all these races to move up a league. We have no points so far. We need 1400 points, and without 1400 points it's game over. At the moment, on the left hand side of the screen, you can see a replay of when I was playing this as a novice, and I wanted to share this with you because there are some distinct differences that was going on. And when I fired this up to play as veteran, I found this to be a lot harder. The premise is simple for this game. You're racing against 3 other cars. I want you to think of Super Sprint, that kind of game, and this really is Super Sprint effectively in 3D with what you have. And the 3 other cars, the standard cars, have weapons, can do damage to you, everything else. And you know, it's a nice force 3D game that was very easy to control. You know, accelerate, brake, left, right, numerous buttons to fire weapons, drop tacks, that kind of thing. And it was at this point right now that I thought, hang on, this is a lot harder than what it was the first time around. And this is where I started to notice all the attacks on the road as well. Playing on the veteran level, the enemies seem to be making really good use of their weapons, where on novice level they don't, and it was just a breeze to go through. I've got smoke coming out of me at the moment because I am badly damaged, and what I need to do is not slide into the attacks because you lose steering control there. Just try and go over a first aid pack, and if I can find one of those, it's going to be great. But I got myself killed. Novice level. This was much easier. You know, you can see me playing on the novice level on the left hand side. Yes, my car is damaged, but I'm shooting around that track, and yeah, there's going to be no reason for me not to come first. Going straight over the line, and I come first. Here I come fourth, and it upped the scale, it upped the ante, you know, a stupid amount. So where on the original game it was, or the original version, it was very easy, this was hard. For posterity, I want to keep the whole game, so we're going to switch to black and white for a moment. For about 45 seconds, we're going to fast forward the next 2 races. This doesn't look, you know, pleasant in gameplay, and if I'd had this normal speed to be showing you, you would see me lagging behind, you would see me completely failing, you would see me achieve nothing. And even after these 2 races, so when this finishes and this race is, look, I'm stuck on a ramp there. When this race is complete and we move to the next race, so we would have done 3 of the 4 races, I'm on 0 points. So we've got one more race of absolute failure to go through, and when that's complete we can then move forward and, you know, compete properly. But the gameplay that you're seeing at the moment, the gameplay that is nearly over through fast forwarding, was just absolutely awful. You know, I couldn't have done even a sensible commentary on it if I tried, apart from, yep, I'm in 4th place. I'm still in 4th place. You can see the little 4th by my car there at the moment. I will continue to be in 4th place. So, no points again. To come first, you get 400 points. Second, you get 200 points. Third, you get 100 points. 1400 points across 8 races is needed to progress. I have got 0 points, as it says, need 1400, have 0. So we're kicking off again. And fast forward has been removed, and I'm using not all my abilities, but you know, I'm going to give it my best shot to have a fighting chance to try and complete this level. You know, I'm smoking already, I'm damaged already, I've gone over what looks like a mine there, but through some miracle, I've got myself blown up there. I was just in front. The respawn isn't too bad, so you don't have to wait too long for it. And if you're in the first place and you get blown up, because cars can shoot missiles, and we're not really seeing much use of this, we're just seeing a lot of the attacks being dropped absolutely everywhere, all over the track. And if you do find yourself being in first place, being shot by a missile, you respawn and you might be in third place by the time you've kicked off again. You know, it's not absolutely game over if you lose 1 life, and by 1 life it's achieved 1 respawn. I'm fighting, you saw me be shot there, you know, there's an explosion behind me, I landed on tacks and everything. I'm doing my best, I'm in second at the moment, is push, 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 race, 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 use everything these dumb hands can do to try and get me around the course. I'm finding myself sliding around the corners a little bit to just try and get a little edge, a little speed, not focusing too much on what's going on the map, because that's another diversion. But what is good to see, what I love, is the enemy cars. They are subject to the enemies as well. The grey one that's right up my rear end here, you saw that slide on the tacks a few moments ago, if I put my teeth in. So, you know, they are subject to the same problems that you are. And what is also nice to see is that there is no rubber banding on this game, and rubber banding is where you are, say, in the lead and the enemies that you have long passed somehow manage to magically catch up with you. No, that doesn't happen on this, so this is good. So I've come in first place and I've got 400 points, so I only need 1000 points over the next 4 races to do. We'll see whether we can do this. We look at advanced level, that shows again that I'm 1000 points away, and this means if you're an ultra racer, if you're absolutely brilliant, you don't need to complete the league, and you could do that effectively after 5 races, I guess. You would have enough points, so actually 4 races, you'd have enough points if you come first every time to jump through onto the next level. So we're back on the track again, and this is a straightforward square that we're racing around. You know, this shouldn't be hard at all. You know, pushing, trying to get into first place and get myself blown up. And remember what I said, 1 life lost, you can lose 1 life and you're generally going to be okay. This game, I wish that I had seen many years ago. This wasn't a search of, hey, let's do a search on Google, let's search for something fantastic to play, something great to play. This was a genuine, absolutely fine. The thumping soundtrack behind it as well is really good. You know, it's a lovely little game. The experience is a bit different because obviously this is a handheld device, so you would have been playing on something that had been no bigger than that joypad there, where I'm playing on a big TV, but absolutely loving it. And that is also the beauty of the MiSTer FPGA. When you switch to the large TVs, the games that you're looking at here, the games that you're playing here, it gives you a very different experience in terms of, you know, you get the giant screen, you get the big TV, and it feels much more like a console, you know, one of the early 8-bit consoles than anything else. So if you haven't got a MiSTer FPGA and you've got some funds available to do this, I highly recommend you go out and get one. You will not be disappointed. The amount of systems it gives you, the amount of options it gives you is phenomenal, and the chances to play games like we're playing now, games that you have never seen, you know, it's just the icing on the cake. So back to the race. We are shooting around the track, we are still in first place, we're hitting the tacks, and we've got 2 cars on our arse, and we have just gone over the finish line. So that's another 400 points, regardless of all my crap at the beginning. And it wasn't deliberately playing bad to make this video into like an epic chase, an epic fight to the finish or anything else like this. It generally was a lot of getting used to, because when you move from novice to veteran, you know, if you say from a scale of 1 to 10, novice maybe is at a 3, veteran comes in at least a 6 or 7, and God knows, yeah, he's probably way past 10 the rest of the levels, but the experience was very different. So shooting around again, got myself blown up, but again the usual, happy to lose 1 life. And I really wish that I wouldn't do this. You know, if I had my my racing hat on, a good racing hat, a quality racing hat, then maybe I wouldn't get myself killed so early on, so I wouldn't have to fight my way through the pack. You look at what I'm doing, I'm actually creating problems for myself because I'm not effectively in lead. You know, I put myself to the back, I'm still at 4th right now, and I've got to fight my way through past all these other cars that are a lot more competitive than what they were when I was playing originally. So, not happy with my progress at the moment, and this is the best thing I can hope for. Wait for them all to be bunched up like this, slip and slide on the tacks that by some miracle got me to skid the right way around the corners. I was fortunate there that somehow the mechanics worked for me. Novice level, barely any tacks on the track or anything else like this. And what is also good to see is when you do have damage on when you do have weapons on the tracks, like the tacks or anything else. Tacks. When you have the tacks on the tracks, there, tongue twister there. When you've got them there, they do stay on the future level. Yeah, they're not there just for one lap and disappear. I've stupidly got myself blown up again. So, you know, we're going to be really pushing this to see what we can do. This is not what we wanted after the great success that we had on the previous races. You know, we are back in 4th place. And that's game over. So we scored no points there. This is where we've now created a whole new problem for ourselves. Regardless of the rubbish we did at the beginning, we've got to win, I think, the next race and come at least 2nd. So, yep, 6 races have been won. We need 600 points, so we've got to get a win and at least a 2nd to progress for the league. So, let's see what we can do. I do like this track. This is a brilliant track. I'm just waiting for myself to blow up again, as I always seem to do very early. This has a great jump in it. Just watch this. I'm going to go round the corner, round the next corner, and we do an epic jump. And I hit the barrier, so I've got to turn around and try again. So round we go, push, race to try and catch up with the other enemies, and again hoping and waiting that they are going to be bunched up at some point. If they are, it's a good chance to overtake them. Really did like the music in here. The music was not expected, and the speech wasn't expected as well. I remember when I did a game on the Atari Lynx a little while ago, that had some speech in it as well, if I recall. Or there was at least a game on one of the handhelds that I did that I hadn't done before that had speech. And when you get bonuses like this where you get the speech, you get the additional points. I've got myself snagged on that corner again. You get the speech and the things that they throw in on these old systems. It does make me wonder, what have I missed from years ago? You know, what else is out there that is going to be absolutely cracking, absolutely stunning games that, you know, I just need to explore. So, as long as I'm living and breathing, then I think that there's going to be a lot of videos on this channel finding these golden gems, these golden nuggets. And you know what? If only one of you picks up this game and gives this game a go, thinking, you know what, I want to have a go on this, you know, I want to experience this, then this is worth my time doing this. So, we scored nothing there. We need to have a quick review on where we are next. So, we have 7 of 8 races ran, you know, or maybe this is race 7 and there is also race 8. So I could have been wrong before on the points that need to be scored, but let's assume that I am. So let's assume this is race 7 and I misjudged this. And why the hell all those cars were shooting? So one of the weapons that you're not seeing much here, but that they are using themselves, is the fire. So maybe that's why I'm getting damaged so quickly. They're so close to me and they're firing me, and I'm not noticing that, which causes me to get a few too many hits and blow myself up. This game, it's one of those, you know, just one more go. Novice was rubbish. Yeah, Novice, I was playing it for, well, you know, I can't do a video on this, this is crap. And then when you fire Veteran up, this is what makes the game. If this is your first time of playing the game, if you're going to play this game for the first time based on what you're seeing here, what you're looking at, what I would ask is, play it on veteran, don't play it on novice. This is a much better experience, this is a much more fun experience, and this is coming from someone like myself who you know has a YouTube channel, a video channel for video games, and it's quite frankly shit at a lot of games. It doesn't matter how good or bad I am at the games, it's enjoying them, it's the fun that this creates, and this is absolutely not a regret to be playing. I'm in first place. I'm hoping that this, and I'm just watching the pile up here, I need to get back into first place. I'm hoping that I was wrong on the races, and this is actually race 7, and there is another race on top. But we will see, we will see. So tearing around the corners, doing our best to catch up with the other enemies. A little note on how I do these videos as well. So the MiSTer FPGA is tied up to a capture card, and it's an external capture card, and it records the video content that you see for most of the gameplay onto the SD card. I then take that and I edit it on the PC. So that's how I've done. You know, great little piece of capturing, and it allows, because MiSTer FPGA allows so much HDMI output, we're good. Right, so it was the end. Look here, score needed to advance 1400 points. That wasn't our 7th race, it was our 8th race. We've only got 1200. It is game over for us. So, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm the Gentleman, this is the Gentleman's Pixel Club. You stay safe, you stay well, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.
Would you like to play again?
Hello there, it's me again. If you're a subscriber to this channel, thank you very much. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, then Zeus here would love you to subscribe. It makes him happy, and it makes me happy. And if Zeus is happy, everybody is happy. Thank you very much. Stay safe, take care, goodbye.